What's up, world? We want to announce the results of our winter drive.
We raised $500 towards coats and $200 towards beanies, gloves, underwear, and socks.
We appreciate everyone that donated and gave us donations. Helps us out so much. We also have a spring drive coming up. What's that going to be about, Tim?
Trash Tag Challenge 2020. We're going to clean up Wiley Post Park here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
We're going to do it someday in March. We encourage everyone living in Oklahoma City to come out and help us. We also have our Patreon. What's that going to be about, Tim?
Man, our Patreon is super awesome. You can subscribe and donate money that'll go towards our quarterly community service projects that we do every 3 months.
Absolutely. And we're doing an extra positive news episode every Saturday just for our Patreon listeners. Helps us out so much. We really appreciate that. You want to get to the positive news, Tim?
Absolutely.
What's up, world? Welcome to The Positive Truth. Uplifting and positive news to help you believe in yourself and the world around you. What are we trying to bring, Tim?
Here at The Positive Truth, we're trying to bring awareness, empowerment, inspiration, optimism, and understanding to communities everywhere.
My favorite episode of every year is The Positive Truth Person of the Year, where we talk about our favorite positive news stories of the past year and then announce who was, the Positive Truth Person of the Year. 2017, who was it, Tim?
Teachers.
That was Chance the Rapper.
Oh, Teachers of 2018! Chance, we've been doing this for a minute now, man. Chance the Rapper, he did kill it. Okay. 2019 was Teachers. 18 was Teachers.
Yeah, 2019 is the year we're doing right now.
Ooh, where am I? I'm time traveling. I'm in 2021 right now.
Oh.
Hello. Back to the future.
Still looking great. Still looking great, Tim.
Hairline scooted back a little bit, but I'm still here. Let's get it.
Happily married. It doesn't matter.
Facts. Boom.
So we're going to do 10 of the most popular positive news stories on our Facebook page at the Positive Truth Podcast. Then we're going to talk about the Positive Truth Person of the Year. Tim, I think you should go first.
Dude, I have to. So earlier on in this year, we talked about this Kenyan engineer. He is a very young man, too, at the age of 25 years old. His name is Roy Ayala. Hopefully I said that right.
That was perfect, Tim.
Woo! Yeah. Basically, he created a set of gloves, right, that you can, through Bluetooth, connect with your Android phone through text-to-speech. You speak into your phone, and your gloves will speak ASL, American Sign Language. These gloves are amazing. We shared this on our Facebook page earlier in the year, and it went wild. I just read the story again, and I was like, I cannot believe these gloves. How are these that good? It's just awesome because, one, he's 25 years old. I deal with deaf customers on a regular basis, and we text and we write on a piece of note paper, and I can only imagine what these gloves would do for me and how happy these patients would be when they come in and talking to me, and they'd be like, oh my gosh, it'd be a great time. So, man, shout out to Roy for creating such an amazing device.
Yeah. Perfectly said, Tim. I got nothing.
Tú sabes.
One of our other most popular positive news stories was about Elkhart Community Schools. They take their leftover cafeteria food and they turn it into frozen take-home meals for students in need. Super simple. Everyone loved it. Such a simple idea. Why don't they do this everywhere?
Man, I honestly, I truly believe stories like that motivated a lot of other schools to do that because all throughout the year, I promise you, as soon as we posted that, I started seeing other schools doing it, including schools in our own community that we went to. They're giving food away for breaks and stuff because they didn't want it to go to waste. So this story right here, I think it did its job and motivated others to do the same.
Positivity, leading to more positivity, leading to more positivity.
Bars on top of bars. Man, my next story is about that Charlotte teen who did such an amazing idea. So these Popeyes chicken sandwich went crazy on social media, right? Everybody was talking about it. We have to try it. People were fighting in line. It was terrible. But this one kid found something positive to do, man. In waiting in line in this drive-thru line, he decided, you know what? I'm going to hand out forms so people can register to vote. I thought it was the dopest idea. I was so jealous because it was such a good idea that we didn't think of it and we didn't do it. So shout out to this young man. He is amazing.
Super dope. My next positive news story is one you did.
Dude, I love this one.
That I was like, oh, that's cool, Tim. And then it got posted and I was like, that is the dopest thing ever, Tim. So Tim has this thing where he likes visuals. Nothing wrong with that. And so there was a woman, she took an old tree in her house and she created it into a library, free library. It looks absolutely awesome. Second it got posted, everyone loved it. I know JoJo's got the visual somewhere in this region over here.
Facts.
And yeah, free library, looks incredible. We love books here at The Positive Truth. So yeah,
Dude, that story was amazing. I know, like, when I talked about it, even when you're talking about it, it's like, yo, that sounds good. But then when you see it, it's like, yo, I mean, it's beautiful. It's snowing in this picture. Obviously, you can see it now, but it's lighted up. It's beautiful. People are making libraries all over the world. They're finding books and they're creating something so people can go to. This one was just one that we talked about, and it was a really awesome one for sure.
absolutely. Well, yeah, Tim.
Man, my next one is about Jaden Smith. We talked about him quite a bit this year, but this one we're talking about specifically his second mobile water filtration system that he sent to Flint, Michigan. Obviously, everybody knows they're still dealing with dirty water, with lead in their water, and this young man is doing something about it. He is going to do this until the end of time. He said he's going to do this until Flint has clean water. So every year he's going to try to send 1 to 2 systems over there. What's special about this filtration system? It's all the instructions are in English and in Spanish. So definitely, if you're in the Hispanic community and you didn't understand how to read it before, you have an option to use this one. I think it's awesome. Shout out to Jaden Smith.
Absolutely. He did a lot this year. He did the little homeless food truck in LA.
On his birthday.
On his birthday.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to him. My next, I guess, popular positive news story is about Arkansas City. They're paying homeless $9.25 an hour to collect trash off the highway. Absolutely wonderful. Trash tag challenge.
Facts.
And when we posted this, it was like, why don't they do that everywhere? And then, yeah, everyone loved it. Everyone enjoyed it. Super simple.
Austin started doing it a few months after I saw this story. I swear to you. And it's helping the homeless community. It's awesome, man.
See? Positivity leading to more positivity.
Tú sabes, man. I have one more story left. What about you, sir?
2.
I have 2 more left? Oh, I do have 2 more left, man. Let me go ahead and talk about J.J. Watt then. We talked about J.J. Watt probably since year 1 of us starting this podcast. He's always doing something great for the city of Houston. But this one was pretty awesome, man. He plans to donate all of his Honor Flight, all of his proceeds from his new shoe. So basically, his grandfather was in the military. He is a veteran. So his new shoes, every single penny of it is going to go to this organization. It's going to go out and it's going to help veterans all across the U.S. It's wonderful because, one, J.J. Watt is a beast. He's a man among men. He's just that dude on the football field. But off the field, he gives back. He does everything he's supposed to be as a human being, as a community member. So shout out to J.J. Watt.
Yeah. More athletes need to follow his lead.
Tú sabes.
Y'all are making enough money on those shoes. We all know those things only cost $1 or $2 to make, and you're selling them for $150. Let's give back to the community just like he did.
Tú sabes.
My next positive news story is about 13 children and the fallen 9/11 firefighters that just graduated from the fire department in New York City. Nothing really more to say other than it's absolutely awesome. Great thing. Shout out to our super producer, just got acceptance to the Fire Academy.
Yeah! There we go.
All the horns in the background. Shout out to these gentlemen living a legacy passed on by their parents.
Absolutely, man. It's a beautiful story. Well, I have one more left for the day, man. And we talked about this earlier on in the year. And JP let me know how many times this was shared on our Facebook page. I believe it was 220 times.
202, something like that?
Yeah, over 200 times. It's wild. But it's about Seaman High art students. And they honored their custodian with a portrait. It's really, really awesome. We're going to share it, obviously, up here so you guys can see. But basically what they do is every single year they choose one person in the school that they want to draw. And this class gets together and they take different parts of this portrait and then they put it together later on. They decided to surprise their school's custodian, and there's this awesome picture of him looking at that portrait. It's just one of the most awe moments you can get. It's a beautiful portrait by a group of young people that are going to continue doing this every single year. I love it. I hope more schools do something like this.
JoJo definitely put that somewhere in the Heather regions over here. I will say this is another one like the library. When you talked about it, I was like, oh, that's neat. And then you posted and I was like, oh, that's a really good picture. And then it got shared hundreds of times. And I was like, oh yeah, this is a great picture.
It's wonderful, man. I just love the smile on his face looking at a portrait of himself. Could you imagine if somebody did something like that for yourself? The feelings that you would have on the inside? It would just be, aww, all over the place, making me feel extra soft.
Also, this is not like a small portrait. When they say they cut pieces and put it together, this is like, it's bigger than he is. Like, this is a real portrait. It's absolutely incredible. It's an incredible way to show your appreciation.
You're probably talking about like 30 8x10s or 8x11 sheets of paper right here. It's
Absolutely.
wild.
My last positive news story before we get to the positive truth person of the year is one from a long time ago. It's about Easter eggs with basically beep to help visually impaired kids find them. We're not impaired.
Right. So we don't think anything of it.
I would never have thought of this,
Facts.
but the fact that they got together and like, oh, let's add some beeps to them. Let's have these kids that have never got a chance to experience the Easter egg hunt, but they always hear about it. They can go out and do this, and they're just in this video and picture. They're all smiles, like, oh, this is awesome doing an Easter egg hunt. And I just think it's absolutely wonderful. One of our favorite positive news stories, and some of the people's favorite positive news stories.
Dude, absolutely. So when I was younger, my nieces and stuff were around all the time. I would do Easter egg hunts in my backyard with little eggs. Of course, I put like $1 in it for them, for the kids. But of course, I don't have any nieces or nephews that are visually impaired at all. So for me, I didn't think anything of it. But when you see these pictures, like you said, super awe moment. And it's definitely one of my favorite stories of the year.
Such a simple thing that can make the world a better place.
Absolutely.
All right, so now, those are our 10 most favorite positive news stories. Now we gotta get to the positive truth person of the year. It was a fight. The beginning of the year, it was the trash tag challenge. But consistency with the trees,
Facts.
we're just strong. So Tim, do you think we should have a tie? Or do you think we should talk about both and let the people decide?
We have to talk about both and let the people decide, man. It was an incredible year for both. Like, since the beginning, it was
Okay.
wild.
So talk about the trash tag challenge.
Okay, first off, we have to talk about the fact that not only when we saw the trash tag challenge, we started talking about it, I was like, yo, JP, we have to do this. And what did we do? We put it together, we got it done, and it was amazing. So amazing that we're decided to do it again in 2020.
But what is the trash tag challenge?
Man, the trash tag challenge, I should define that first. So basically, this guy was like, I'm tired of seeing all these negative things on social media. You guys are doing all these challenges that are a waste of time. So let's do something that's actually going to make a change. And that's exactly what he did. He went to a park and he cleaned it up. Before and after, posted it on social media, and he said, this is a challenge you guys need to follow. And that's exactly what happened, man. It went crazy. Like, I have some stories right here. Like, for example, I have a plastic-eating robot shark was just deployed off the UK coast.
Just chopping up the plastic.
Dude,
just chopping,
picking
just
up
chopping it up.
tons. 15.6 tons of waste per year. This is part of the trash tag challenge because this is all motivated by this trash tag challenge. People are going wild, picking up plastic, picking up anything they possibly can. There's photos all over social media if you search under hashtag trash tag challenge. My next story that I have with it, you have a fisherman who was only 30 years old who removed 3.5 tons of plastic from the sea just by going fishing every day. And his mindset is, if I remove more plastic, more fish will come. And that's exactly what happened. It's
What a
wild.
simple idea.
And on top of that, age doesn't even matter, right? We had a 30-year-old. Now I have a 70-year-old man who said, look, I'm going to clean up 52 beaches in 1 year and show that it's never too late to take care of our planet. At 70,
52.
exactly. He's 70 years old and he cleaned up 52. I bet he's still cleaning them too to this day. We haven't even did a follow-up. But then I got one more. The Nepalese army removes 2 tons of waste from Mount Everest. The photos of this was pretty amazing on top of that as well.
I think that's the one that wanted us to do. We basically imitated that whenever we cleaned up the park.
Exactly. You get what I'm saying? Like, this was not only did we get motivated off of it, but I'm positive other people did. And I'm positive that this is happening everywhere in every community. Somebody out there is getting it started, dude. I'm so hyped about the trash tag challenge. I apologize.
To help your case, this started in, like, let's say February. We did at least one story about this. I remember there was like divers in Florida.
Right.
They went in. It's like, oh yeah, 3 hours we picked up 400 pounds of waste off the bottom of the sea. And then some other divers did it.
Like 600 divers off of Florida. Yeah. It was like a world record amount, like
And
cleaning
then-
up.
The next month, we was like, oh yeah, we can do that. It happened on the whole other side of the planet.
Yeah, it's like in Jamaica or something. Like, it was all over the place, man. It was so freaking awesome.
So yeah,
It has a fight, right? It's in its corner. It's ready.
this is Ali Frazier. Frazier got to come back. Okay, so I'm representing trees. So I don't know how else to put this, but we did a tree story at least once a week
Yeah.
for a year.
Dude, we've done at least 100 tree stories this year. For sure.
Like, it was just a constant thing. It was like, should we talk about these? So I got a couple of the best. I got 1.5 million volunteers plant 66 million trees in 12 hours.
That's a Guinness Book World Record, right?
66 million trees in 12 hours. You remember the YouTubers?
Dude, yeah, I do.
So what happened with the
Wasn't
YouTubers?
it? Was it? They raised $20 million for 20 million trees, right?
Yeah.
Dude, 1.5 million volunteers. That's wicked. How do you get that many volunteers? When we did our trash tag challenge, we had like 30, and we were happy.
That's
1.5
great.
though, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's a lot more. 30 and 1.5 million. A little bit different.
Tú sabes.
Like, on top of that, China, they reassigned 60,000 soldiers. It's like, plant trees to fight pollution. There was the whole tree thing across Africa where
Right.
they're like, we're going to plant trees from one side of Africa to the other. It was the one you just
The
did.
Green Wall is what they called it in Africa, and I believe in China it's the Great Green Wall. Yeah,
There's
it's a Great Green Wall, actually.
the one you just did about how in Egypt they're taking like waste and
Yeah.
planting trees with the waste
Yeah, yeah.
in the middle of the desert.
500 acre forest in the middle of the Egyptian desert.
Just like they're taking waste, trash tag challenge, and planting trees with it.
Mm-hmm.
Now this
Deforestation. Bars!
is reforestation.
Oh, man. I tried.
Don't edit that out, JoJo.
Keep it pushing all 2020.
So this is the battle of consistency versus versus a burst. I think they both should win. We'll let the people decide.
Dude, it's a good 1-2 punch. This combo, us together. Trash tag versus trees. Come on, we're saving the world.
Absolutely. So basically, the planet. The planet was the positive truth person of the year
Ooh.
because we're all trying to save it this year.
Ooh. Not all heroes wear capes.
Absolutely. We appreciate everyone for listening this whole year. We'll be back in 2020 with the positive truth person of the year then. And yeah, till then, Tim has a quote. Ha! You thought I would remember.
Dang. Well,
So let's hear this quote, Tim.
the earth is what we all have in common. Quotes by Tim.
We'll be back in 2020 with positive news stories all the time. Till then, we're out.
Stay positive.